Are you tired of broken promises to quit using? Do you want to know some secrets of the counselors, how they know the substance user is ready for treatment? No problem, I can share them with you. If you're wondering whether your loved one is very close to this decision to get sober, stay with me. And let's break down the real markers of being ready for treatment. Hello, brave hearts. My name is Svetlana Rudovska, and I help families navigate addiction with clarity, strength, and love. And today we're going to talk how the counselors identify that moment that the addicted loved one is not really denying but starts moving towards recovery. If you have a loved one who is using alcohol or drugs, probably you ask yourself always this question. Is it it? Is he finally ready? What should happen more to make him ready? Or is it just another empty promise? At the same time, addicted ones and alcoholics are brilliant actors. They can say right words, they can cry, they can bring you lots of promises, but still keep using. But you, I'm sure, don't want to be disappointed or just believe whatever they say or what they're supposed to promise you. But I believe you don't want to get your hopes up again and then again be disappointed. By the way, have you ever had someone who was ready but then only to realize they weren't? Please share in the comments, it might help someone. So there are 4 major signs the addiction professionals look for when someone is ready to recovery. Sign number 1, the pain breaks through denial. Generally, addiction thrives on denial, but when the pain becomes big enough, when the consequences outweigh the comfort, something shifts, and we can see it when they reach some bottom line. This kind of point is different for all people. For some people, it's enough when they lose a job or lose relationships. For other ones, when police caught them for something. When such things happen and they receive this bottom line, they start feeling great shame. They understand that things have gone wrong and they admit they can't fix it on their own. They don't just feel regret, they feel great shame and guilt. And it is so painful that it can break through denial. Of course, pain doesn't guarantee change. But in many cases, it forces the substance users to open up and seek treatment. I know one lady who has been using alcohol after divorce. She was working as a university teacher, and when she started recognizing that her students next days after she was drunk could feel the specific smell, and once she was told by her colleague, like, what's wrong with you? Has anything happened? She felt absolutely devastated. She told us that the shame and the guilt was so huge that she decided to quit drinking. Sign number 2. Substance users start seeking help without pushing. The biggest sign of readiness is when they initiate the action, when they start looking for treatment. How do they do it? Well, they start getting interested in what kind of rehabs exist or what kind of help they provide, and they generally start asking about ways of quitting alcohol or drugs. Some of them can have a call to the rehab or maybe attend there without being told by their family members. They can do it in a secret way. Other people ask their friends, family members who they trust to find them a proper solution. Maybe to find a detox, or maybe to find a rehab, or maybe to find some people who have been to good rehab programs and they can recommend something. They start looking for contacts. So the truth is that if they start talking about the way out of the problem when they are threatened, it is not readiness, it's different. But if they seek help when you are silent, this is what we need. I know one guy, his sister attended our program. After she had been setting some boundaries, she had been telling him about the rehabs. Firstly, he was in a strict denial, but then in few months, when some consequences started occurring in a more severe way, he understood that he needs help and he cannot fix it alone. And he started asking her, I remember you were talking about some rehab. Maybe we could make a call here. Maybe I would like to ask someone who has finished this rehab what is there, what the treatment is like, and things like that. So, and just 1 month later, he was curious about the different rehabs. He joined one of them. Sign number 3. They are sick and tired of their lifestyle. The biggest motivation for the substance user is when they are really exhausted and sick of their lifestyle. When they can't stand them anymore and they hate starting their day of trying to find the fix, and it makes them look for the way out. One more motivation is when they feel not just physical pain but emotional pain. When their former friends don't want to communicate with them, when the family members start neglecting them after the loss of their job or things like that. Physical and emotional pain in a combination can be real motivators for change. I know a guy who was using for lots of years, and he said that he likes this. He likes the process, he likes the feelings, he likes the lifestyle. But when he started having serious problems with his liver and he started feeling this severe pain, he became yellow, he couldn't eat. When both of these things happened, he came to conclusion he needs help. And just in a short period of time, he joined one of the rehabs. And sign number 4, they take ownership, not just apologize. A lot of addicted ones are very arrogant. They can't admit that something wrong is happening in their life, that they are ruining it, and this is because of their addiction. But there are the situations when the addicted one becomes to a point that emotional and physical pain bring him to the idea that this is his fault. And then they say, oh, I'm so scared of who I have become. Or I want to stop, but I don't know how. I'm scared of losing my family, my beloved child, or my parents, or a job. This could be the signals, but at the same time, you should understand that substance users are good actors and they manipulate well. So you should not focus on what they say, but what they do. One of our clients had a son, and when she turned to us, she said that he was always promising his wife to quit. He even was trying, but didn't do a serious job. This is why after 5 years of marriage and this disastrous lifestyle, she took their kid and left. When he knew about it, it was a disaster for him. He was devastated. He became really broken. He just ran to his parents and begged them to find a rehab, and even he told them that, tell my wife that I'm going to the rehab and I'm really sorry, and I will get back to her as soon as I come back being sober. And I'll absolutely get back to her when I'm sober. I want she see me sober, and I want my child know that now the father is a sober one, not an alcoholic or a drug user. It was his emotional bottom line which he reached. He really took the ownership of his actions, which led him to admitting his fault. Not every rehab program works the same. The wrong choice can cost you time, money, and hope. That's why I created my first course, Choosing the Best Treatment Program for the Substance User. You will learn how to see the difference between programs which are really efficient and those which don't really help. Want to know more? Watch the course. The link is in the comments. The mistake number 1 the family members make is they believe the words, not actions. So if your loved one makes big promises but they don't change, it's not the right time. They are not ready. So the key takeaway here is that the counselors, they look for the self-initiated steps and willingness to face discomfort and real ownership of the problem. If this video helped you, please like and subscribe. And in the next video, we'll talk about how to help an addicted one who is homeless. See you in the next video.